I'd do a little video of a Plecostomus fight. These are spiny-nosed Ancistrus Plecostomus. If you look closely, you'll be able to see spines. Mostly what you see is their big noses rubbing together. And I think that if you slow it down in slow motion, occasionally you'll see the spines pop out from the area right in front of their pectoral fins. The black mollies they're just sort of ignoring. My son noticed them fighting, and I thought, well, I sure wanted to get this on film. Oh, look at a third one is moving in. I don't know if he's going to get involved or not. No. He's about 12 inches away and looking. They're probably, these Plecostomus are very territorial, and have beautiful spots and markings on their fins, don't they? They're sure showing off for us tonight. Oh, that one that got involved has got his head stuck into that little sand-covered tube that I have in the aquarium there. He is hoping to attract a female to lay eggs. They lay a cluster of eggs, about 30 or 40, about every month and a half. In a community tank like this, a lot of times they don't get to have any success with their babies. There's a number of Syndontis petricola in the tank that eat baby Plecostomus. When they're adults, they're extremely well armored, and they are difficult for any fish to swallow. And now they're getting involved right in the midst of that other Plecostomus' territory. It might be a three-way battle here. Yep, it's a three-way now. Nope. Well, I don't think this battle will go on for much longer. Anyway, these are two male adult Ancistrus Plecostomus. This is their normal color variety. I have albino Ancistrus that I've been raising for over 10 years. They're tearing stuff up. Now, like I said, in slow motion, you might get to see those spines pop out momentarily right in front of their pectoral fins. But I can't see it. They probably only pop out when they have their heads together. I've had them stuck in nets sometimes for over 10 minutes. It's one of the problems that you have when you're taking care of Ancistrus Plecostomus. They have their spines all over their head area will get caught in the fish net. And I've actually had to cut the fish net, holes in the fish net, to actually get them out of the fish net. This guy is saying, "Get out of my territory." Anyway. If you're not well armored and a spiny-nosed Plecostomus is attacking you and you're another fish, you learn pretty fast to get the heck out of Dodge. I've seen these fish actually kill weather catfish. That's another name for a dojo that is actually an invasive species here in Oregon. They've learned to, they've been released in the wild here, and ordinarily they grow in just in Japan. They call them weather loaches because they activity before storms and things like that. Well, that was a pretty good somersault that guy flipped, wasn't it? Anyway, the weather loach had a little disagreement with one of these spiny-nosed Plecostomus, and it ended up getting its body so punctured that it died. Wasn't smart enough to get away. Gee, this is a great fight. This aquarium also has cherry shrimp, and you've seen the black molly swimming around, and there's a little Petricola Synodontis that just swam back towards the back of the aquarium there. Well, I'm glad I grabbed my camera and hurried over here so you all could see this fight. This is just normal behavior. There's that Synodontis in the background watching the two Plecostomus fighting. We're just glancing at it, at them fighting. They sure are putting on a beautiful display of their fins and all their colors. And I believe that this is just a territorial fight. They're not trying to attract any particular female Plecostomus, although there is a female right on top of that tube that I have set up for this guy to guard the eggs. She will go inside of the tube, lay the eggs, and then that male there would fertilize them, and then under ideal circumstances he would be able to protect the eggs until they hatched, and then after they hatch they spend about another 4 or 5 days in the in his protective care, and then they become free swimming, and then they become extremely edible. Even the black mollies here would be able to eat a baby Ancistrus Plecostomus. They have no spines. All that big headgear that is on their nose that you see is actually very soft. It's not spiny at all. The spines are located, like I said, just in front of that pectoral fin. You can just barely see them. They stick out over a 1/4 of an inch on a fish this size. These two Plecostomus are about 3.5 to 4 inches long, I would say. This was looking at the little female over there, what her activity was. Sometimes fish fight for a very long time. I've had my golden severums fight for over 20 minutes. I've seen angelfish lock lips and fight for more than half an hour before they just become totally exhausted, and they just continue to fight right through their exhaustion, and it's like it's the most important thing that they're ever going to do. Why, you can see their mouth or their gills pumping pretty hard right there underneath the this closest one. I think that one in the back there actually had his spine sticking out of his head. If he sticks him out again, I'm going to try to use the zoom on the camera and zoom in on it. There's a guppy. My granddaughter's friend gave her 5 guppies. I put them in the aquarium here, and they have had a pretty tough time of it. Between the Synodontis catfish swimming around at night eating all the baby guppies, and the mollies going in and eating guppies, I've had 0 success. Oh, look at this little Synodontis. Synodontis petricola. He's interested. I don't know if he's thinking that there might be some eggs getting laid here. He knows that there's some sort of fight going on. During breeding, Synodontis catfish sometimes like to lay their eggs at the same moment that cichlids from Lake Tanganyika and some other African lakes, they actually will go in and eat the cichlid eggs and then lay their own, and then the mouth-breathing cichlids will pick up, this is hard to believe, but will actually pick up the eggs of the Synodontis catfish and incubate them in their mouth until they hatch. And I've actually seen videos of where they've found that the baby Synodontis catfish inside the mouth of the mouth-brooding cichlid will actually eat the baby cichlids in the cichlid's mouth. And when the cichlid finally releases the eggs that were incubating, that are turned into little fish, will actually be the only thing in the cichlid's mouth will be baby Synodontis catfish. It's almost like what a cuckoo bird will do in laying its eggs in other birds' nests. Oh boy, look at that. You can really see his gills going to town. Ooh. There you can, I saw the spines stick out of his head just a little bit there. Ooh, they're really locked up there. They are tangled together. They are locked. Oh, they broke loose. Oh, no. One of these times I'm going to have to just say, well, that's the end of the fight. And that'll be that. One of them will swim away. Like that. That maybe? No. Neither one of them wants to give up. They're just going. Here's that catfish. A couple of them are just curious. What's going on here? Oh, look at that fight. You can see them popping those spines out from beside their pectoral fins. But like I said, if you can, while you're watching this on YouTube, if you slow down the film, you can actually probably see those spines pop out. Right there it just looks like a little bit of rough, but there's a little hole right above his gill plate, and that's where that arm shoots out. These are amazing fish. I believe that they are native to South America, and now they are an invasive species that is in the waters of Florida. But originally they lived in the waters of the Amazon River in South America and some of the smaller rivers. Each river system there almost seems like it has a slightly different color variety of Plecostomus, and each environment and the pressures upon from the environment evidently have changed the particular coloration that the Plecostomus might have. Some of the Plecostomus in the pet trade grow very large. These are completely full grown at about 3.5 to 4 inches. The Plecostomus that you generally purchase in the aquarium fish trade are sort of a common Plecostomus, and they can grow up to, I believe, 15 or 16 inches long. They're really huge. Well, this video has certainly gone on for quite a while. I hope you've enjoyed seeing a Plecostomus fight. This is not over by any means. In the comments section, I'll write down about how many minutes they actually ended up fighting. This video right now is 14 minutes and 40 seconds long. I think I'll stop it right here and say that maybe they're done fighting. No, they're not done fighting. Oh, yeah, we're going to call that